Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Unscripted on 13 Plus. I'm Carson Courier. Anna Orsini has the week off, so it'll just be me for the next couple of days. But taking a live look outside, we want to start here with weather. A lot of clouds out there, I remember when we first looked at this hours ago, it was completely just clear skies, and then we've been seeing those clouds kind of come in. So 13 First Alert meteorologist Mallory Schnell is here with us. And Mallory, what can we expect later?
So we do have a better chance for storms today compared to yesterday. And what you were actually seeing there from Mount Bigelow, we have a couple of spotty showers on the map this morning.
Okay.
So anytime we get rain in the morning, I always call it kind of bonus rain.
Yeah.
Because during monsoon, it's typically the afternoon and evening.
Sure.
But don't be surprised if you run into a spotty shower this morning.
Exciting.
So otherwise, we're going to start off with rainfall totals because we've been doing very well this season. We are over 5 inches for monsoon in both Tucson and Sierra Vista. The difference is Sierra Vista is close to its climate normal, which is 5.32. Tucson is more than 2 inches above normal at this point in the season. We are doing quite well, and for the year, we're at more than 10 inches already in Tucson. More storm chances on the way. Once again, a few spotty showers possible this morning, scattered storms this afternoon and evening. We'll hold a 30% storm chance tomorrow, and then our pattern does change by midweek. That's going to dry us out a bit Wednesday and Thursday before storm chances pick back up Friday and into the weekend. Now, in terms of your forecast highs, we'll stay in the mid to upper 90s today and tomorrow. We're back up to around 100 on Wednesday, and then we continue to tack on a few degrees Thursday into Friday. But there's that 4-panel look outside. You can see a few more clouds around to the south and east compared to the north and west. So once again, spotty shower possible. That's what you're showing right here. Not a ton of rainfall with this, but just enough to use the windshield wipers and get maybe a nice cool down that's very brief. Otherwise, a better chance for those storms later on today. Temperature-wise, we are in the 70s and 80s. Marana is already up to 90 degrees where we do have a bit more sunshine. 85 in Tucson, 80 in Sierra Vista and Nogales, 84 in Safford. And your first alert hour-by-hour forecast for today, you can see those scattered storms developing this afternoon. The general storm motion will be from south to north through the evening. And then once that sun does set, of course, we lose that daytime heating, we lose the fuel, and we see the radar become quieter throughout the evening and into the overnight hours. Now, your first alert 7-day forecast here, 30% storm chance tomorrow. More isolated storm chances Wednesday and Thursday as we dry out. So, of course, we're not done with the triple digits just yet. More of that scattered storm chance returns Friday through the weekend with overnight lows staying in the mid to upper 70s.
Awesome. Love to see it. Mallory, we still have quite a bit of time before monsoon's over, right?
I know, and we're at above 5 inches.
Wow.
And for the year, we've already surpassed our annual average rainfall.
Okay.
And it's August. So we're
Yay.
doing very, very well this year.
Awesome. Okay, we love to see it. Love all the rain we can get. Thank you, Mallory.
Of course.
And as those temperatures kind of cool down a little bit, and we get closer to fall, I know hiking becomes just kind of a loved activity here in southern Arizona. So one of the famous hiking spots that a lot of people love to go to, Sabino Canyon. I know that's one of my favorite hiking spots. And if you have not given any feedback or kind of given any ideas or just your thoughts on their new visitor center, today is your last day to do it. They've been taking feedback now for, I believe, 2 months. So if you haven't, this is the website where you go to do that. It is Forest Service webpage at fs.usda.gov/project. So you can submit your comments until midnight tonight. Again, it's all digital. So this is really easy to do. Again, Sabino Canyon Visitor Center Reimagined here. You can see all of the details on the project, all of the documents that go with that project, and then kind of their plans moving forward. So again, you have until midnight tonight if that's something that you're interested in doing. And happening now, a lot of money is heading to Jacobs Park for a complete renovation of the park. I know this hasn't happened to a lot of Tucson parks in a long time. Joaquin Marietta Park, I believe, was the last park to kind of see this complete renovation. So a lot of people are very excited. It includes both irrigation and a whole lot of new amenities for people to enjoy. So 13 News reporter Jack Cooper has more details on what those renovations might look like and the amount of money they're spending and where those funds are coming from.
Now, while this is still very early on in the park renovation process, you can see that Jacobs Park desperately needs it. Take a look at some of the spots all across the playground here. You can see that a lot of the flooring is all torn up, and then also the basketball courts and some of the baseball and softball fields as well. It's just obvious that it actually needs a whole lot of work here. Now, the only other park that comes to mind when the city does a renovation that's actually this big is Joaquin Murrieta Park out on the west side. Now, for Jacobs Park, there are many different areas of funding, federal money and Prop 407 funds as well, and altogether it comes out to right around $8.5 million. Some of the new things that are going to be coming here include a new softball field, a new skate park, 2 new soccer fields, they're going to expand the dog park, and they're going to add in over 300 new trees, among other things. City leaders tell me that this all comes directly from feedback from those living in the neighborhood.
The impact for the neighborhood is they're going to have a bunch of brand new amenities, opportunities to gather, and also new audiences, I believe, that the improvements will appeal to. So for the community in general, I think that this is a reimagining and a reinvention of a beloved park, and an investment in a legacy for the next 20, 30 years.
And while this is still early on in the process, what comes next? The city of Tucson is going to go to different construction companies all across town, and they're going to try and find out what they can do best for their money, try and make their money go the furthest. Construction is currently slated to start in the beginning of 2025, and it could last roughly a year to 18 months. Reporting at Jacobs Park, I'm Jack Cooper, 13 News.
And moving along to a just heartwarming story for you out of Mississippi. So this couple, they wanted to renew their vows on their 25th wedding anniversary, but they actually had some, I would say, kind of speed bumps in the way of doing that. So they decided to renew them a little bit earlier. Reporter Charles Harrington introduces us to this couple. They are just as sweet as can be. We'll go ahead and take a listen.
Buddy and Sonja Myers have finally had the big wedding they always wanted, almost 25 years after they were originally married.
We went to the Justice of the Peace and got married, and I still laugh at Buddy to this day because he was repeating the vows to the judge. And the judge said, "You're not marrying me, tell her." He said he was nervous. Were you nervous?
Buddy seemed less nervous today as he and Sonja renewed their marriage vows that they first exchanged back in the year 2000.
I thought then I loved her with all my heart. Oh no. I love her more than I've ever loved anybody in my life.
Buddy and Sonja's life together was celebrated at Life Church. This ceremony was arranged by Comfort Care Hospice. Buddy is a hospice patient who has cancer.
After I got to talking with the family and stuff, it come to me that she wanted to walk down an aisle next year at their 25th. And so I started contemplating for a little while and thinking about it, and I was like, we can make that happen a little early. Hospice is a tough situation for everybody, and there's a lot of hard feelings, and so if we can bring happiness and joy to somebody, that's why we do it.
Attending the ceremony were dozens of family members, friends, and caregivers.
Raven and all the people at hospice they made something happen I never thought would happen. And I cannot tell them how much I appreciate everything they've done.
The Myers were married back on June 8th, 2000. Charles Harrington, WDAM 7, on your side.
And moving along to another sweet story. Take a look at this. This here is Barrow. He's been a TSA explosives detection canine for 7 years. And watch this. Oh my goodness. He has retired. This was his celebration party from all of his coworkers. You could see he kind of went in to sniff that luggage, and then everyone threw toys and balls at him to celebrate this huge achievement. Tyler Butler and I were talking about this earlier this morning on 13 News, just how sweet it is that these dogs Not only are they man's best friend and we love them so much, but they're so smart. I'm just so impressed by the hard work that they do. The canines with police officers, the TSA agents, and I love the little trading cards because you can't touch or pet them. Obviously, they are now because he's retired, but super sweet to see. But yeah, congratulations, Barrow. We hope you have a great retirement. Definitely well deserved. Taking a look at another trending story on our website, the Disney Legend Awards. So this was last night, and we just know that Miley Cyrus, Harrison Ford, and more were honored as Disney legends at the ceremony. Angela Bassett also honored. So Harrison Ford was the first to accept the award last night. He called himself an assistant storyteller, noting the many contributions of his collaborators to his career. He got a little emotional as he thanked Disney CEO Bob Iger, who presented him with the award for his professional guidance and friendship. And then Miley Cyrus, she also got emotional as she accepted the award after country singer Lainey Wilson warmed the crowd up with the rousing performance of The Best of Both Worlds from Cyrus's breakout show, Hannah Montana. So Miley was actually the youngest star to ever be a recipient of the Legends honor. So previous Disney legends include Elton John, Steve Jobs, Betty White, Dick Van Dyke, Robert Downey Jr., and Whoopi Goldberg. So there are more than 300 honorees since the program's inception in 1987. So definitely a huge kind of honor here. I saw a little bit of the ceremony last night with Miley Cyrus talking about Hannah Montana. It was super cool to see someone so young earning that award. But again, if you want to read KOLD.com. All you have to do is click on news and then click national. You're able to see kind of all the trending stories or just national stories from across the United States, whether it be kind of local news stories that we want to highlight a little bit, or if it's just news stories from the Associated Press that we love to push out. Again, all you got to do is do news, national, KOLD.com. I believe this is one of the to see it, but you can expect the possibility of some scattered storms later tonight or this afternoon and evening. So definitely beware of that. If they get serious, we'll be the first to alert you. Make sure to download our 13 First Alert app, our weather app. It's super convenient. It sends out push alerts about heavy rain, how close it is to you, lightning in the area, and you're able to kind of put in your location and see where the storms are in relation to your location. It's great. So again, 13 First Alert News app. Thank you all so much for watching, and make sure to tune in tomorrow morning at 9:30 for another episode of Unscripted on 13 Plus. We hope you have a great Monday.